Hey y'all, JoJo here. How y'all doing? So I want to make this video really quickly. I'm going to try to do as fast as possible for the pros and cons for house tour number 3, which is the Cipres Plus house in Floresta. So the house is, because someone mentioned that I need to put the price, even though it's in the video, so I'm going to put it here. The house is at 2.7 million pesos. So you're going to have to go into some foreign exchange app to find out what that price would be, because when I initially went there, that was only $135,000. Today, it's probably 140, 142, maybe, yeah, 142 or 143, because the house prices here are going up, but the dollar is going down. And I'll talk about that in another video and how that would affect you if you're buying a house. But the price is 2.7 million pesos. The house is 3 bedrooms, and that was a pro. It had 3 bedrooms, uh, 2.5 baths. Really like that. Another pro was it had a complete kitchen with a stove. It did not have a refrigerator, but it did have a complete stove and hood. That was good. So that was also included in the price of the house. There is green spaces in this area. It's a lot of green spaces. The way they have it broken down for this development is they have different areas broken down, and in each different area they have a park or a walking area. And they also, along the roadway, which I thought was neat, is that they have 2 sidewalks. So one person who's going, I guess, north can go one way, and the person that's going south can go on the other side of the sidewalk. So there's 2 sidewalks. That way you're not cluttered. And it was a good development because for dogs. However, there were a lot of stray dogs, but that's a con. We'll talk about that later. And another pro about the house was that it had a very decent sized backyard for a pool. I have come to the realization I want a pool. I'm going to want a pool. No matter what, I want a pool. So it did have a nice sized backyard for a pool. And then also, the house comes with a paved driveway, so there's less dust collecting into your house. The house that I'm living at now, unfortunately, has a dirt driveway, so that kind of collects through the window. There's a window right by the driveway and collects when you open the front door. So I don't like that. But it's a pro for that particular house, which is the Cipres Plus in Floresta. So those are the pros: the price, the space, the completion of the kitchen, green spaces to walk, great size backyard, and a paved driveway. So let's get into the cons. When I was there, I noticed that um, someone there was someone painting the model home on another model home. And when I walked around there with Tanzy, again, I'll put the video up there later on, but I noticed that a lot of the houses had chip paint. So the paint on the houses is deteriorating. And I believe the property is, I want to say maybe, or the development is maybe 20 years old. So, and some of the houses look new. So there was a lot of chip paint on some of the houses. So that's a pro. I mean, that's a con. And then this particular house did not have a balcony. I want a balcony. I have to have a balcony, to chill out and have my coffee in the morning, or just do some yoga or work out on my balcony outside of my bedroom. I really want to do that. Um, that house did not have a laundry area, and maybe I missed it. I walked around the house and I didn't see it, and I watched somebody's real estate video, and they had stated that some houses do not come with a laundry area. You have to install it. So that was a con for me. Um, oh, the steps. So the steps did not have a banister or a wall or some type of blockade that if you were to go down the steps, you would actually, I don't know if you paid attention to it, but it was a landing and it didn't have anything or any boundary to stop you from falling off of that landing. And I have an 80-pound pit bull and she flies down the steps and Tanzy would just go whoop off of that landing. So that would be a safety hazard for my little girl. So I did not like that. The half bath did not have a window. You know how I love a window in the bathroom. I noticed that there was a very large humidifier in the house. So, and I know it's not an occupied house. I know it's a model house, but I'm questioning, is there a problem with the moisture in that area and for those houses because of the giant humidifier that was there? But also remember, I mentioned the paint. Is that the reason why the paint is chipping? Because of the humidity in the area. So that is a con for me. The sliding glass doors, they were very thin. I didn't like that. The person that was showing me the house seemed to have issues trying to open the sliding glass door. And I tried it myself and I had somewhat of a problem too. So I didn't like the sliding glass door. I think that would be a somewhat of a hazard, possibly breaking. I'm sorry, my camera flickered for some reason, but possibly breaking if I'm having an issue trying to open the door. So I didn't like that. That was a con. No security required for the development. So you can literally just drive around in that development. And that would require me to put on bars on the windows. It is a tradition here. It's not so much just security. It is a tradition to put the bars on the window. But keep in mind, people have to keep, or living in a humid area like this, you have to keep your windows open almost 24 hours just to make sure that there's air circulating in the house. And to make sure you feel safe, you had to put bars on the windows. So there's no security. Therefore, anybody can go into the neighborhood. And if you're, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, I'm just basing it on the way it is here in Merida. In certain areas, you have bars on your window. And in that area, because there's no security, I would have to put bars on the first floor windows. And then the last con is for each property that I look at, I do look on Google to see if there's how many stars they have. Unfortunately, this property had, I think, 4 stars, which isn't bad, but there was a lot of complaints on it, and for me, it didn't fare too well. So that was another con for me. There was complaints about the peeling of the windows and also complaints about cracks in some of the walls of the property. And if I'm buying a property for over $100,000, and I shouldn't be worrying about cracks in foundations anytime soon. So that was another con, the kind of the high level of complaints. So with the cons, it was the paint, no balcony, no laundry area, no barrier for the steps, no window in the half bath, possibly humidity issues. The sliding glass door was not to my liking. The lack of security to enter the development and the high level complaints. So those are my pros and cons for the Cipres. It was a beautiful house. It really was a beautiful house. And I don't know if you watched the video. They do have the Cipres, not the Cipres Plus, and that comes with everything that you saw, with the exception of the 3rd bedroom. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I'll do one more of a tour in that development. Forget the name of the house, but I'll do one more tour of that development, and then we'll just see where things take us next time. So JoJo is out. Deuces. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.